Yeah, let's continue. Let me know if you see my screen. You see my screen? You see my screen?
Yes, Balam.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so if you're looking at here, so we have okay, where we have, yeah, here. So I gave an invalid email. Let's see how it's giving an error. And I gave a number of employees as a number. And I'm restricted as a first project. And revenue I gave project. We have seen the how the calendar comes in for the date. And you can select a field and you can change directly from this text also. You can edit the dates. And if you give until suppose you give an invalid date, then only it will throw an error. Otherwise, you can even type the format you see here, how the format is month, date, and year. So it's a format that you have to use when you do a data loads and all. So this is what the value it's going to store in the backend. Okay, so you have to remember the default Salesforce format for the date is the month, date, year, DD, YYY. Okay, so and then we have the date time format. So we have to pick the date and then a time. If you don't select any time, it will be like 12 a.m. So I gave selected a time and here this kind of location, right? So we have selected a decimal places. So latitude in decimal places, longitude in decimal places. Usually it will be how it is, right? We'll have some places like this. Usually the latitude and longitude will be. CAR growth, I'm saying it is 0.20 and let's see how it is. It will display in the UI. And we have some addresses I'm trying to save. It has to show some errors. So it is saying the email address is not valid. And I'm trying to say now. Okay, I think wrong here. Whatever the data you enter, it will show that as a percentage only. I think that is what I'm explaining in a formula fields maybe. That's my mistake. So this is whatever you enter, it will show the same data in percentages. So you can have like decimal places as well. And you can store it. I think what I'm explaining, it is stored in divided by 100 and multiplied by 100. That is when you use it in the formula field. Sorry about that. So the percentage are also same like what you enter, it will store, but on top of it, it will add a percentage symbol. So it will be used all in exports and everywhere. It will be appended with the percentage symbol. So if it's a currency field, it will be formatted and you will get a decimal value. See here, I gave 4 decimal places. So it's giving dot 0000. So if I gave more decimal places like this, so this is a dot. If you are not able to see in the screen, I gave 35,000 dot 6786 something for more decimals here. So what it will do is it will automatically trim how much places it will take and it will save and it will do a round off there. So see here, so it will round off. So it's more than 5, right? So it will round off to the 9 and it will save. That's it. If we do edit again, it's only display the decimals what we have given or configured for the currency fields. Okay, anything else? So how many plus we have? 5 plus 4, 9. 9. It's 14 now. Again, what is here? Saving. And how much space it's have? It is storing only up to those values only. So we have total 18 digits of size, right? For currency or a number. So we have a decimal place of 4. What it does is it will round off to the decimal places, even if you enter more. But if you're entering more on the normal digit side, it will throw an error because it's if you round off a decimal, that's okay. But you cannot round off the digit value, right? So it cannot round further what you have allocated. You allocated 4, it cannot round further from a 4 decimal places. So it will keep the 4 decimal and restrict the user from saving the more numerical values. So if I remove here the less decimals, still it shows an error. Why? Because we have given some size for this decimal numerical values, right? It's exceeding that. That's why it is not allowing you to save. How many places we have? 10 places here. Okay. So I think we need to check how many places we gave for the revenue. That's why it's not allowing us to save. Reducing one and trying to save. So whatever, so I started with the 0. So 0 was removed and saved. Okay. Then what else we have here? So any questions here? So whatever he, okay, one more thing before you, if you have any question, the phone fields you see, right? If you have any integration with some other tools, when you have a phone number, if you click, it will directly redirect you to do a calls. So let's say it's a kind of a call center. They will do calls from the systems only, right? If you have a number that actually click and then do a call. They have some kind of integration tools with that IPO phones. So when you click directly, it will dial to that number and it will create an activity. So if you have any kind of that integrations and plugins and adapters, then these phone fields are used to do a dialing. If you are using it in a mobile, if you click on a phone, it will directly do a call from your mobile. Okay, so that's what help when you use a phone feed. And email also same, whatever the email you have here, it will create or like give a draft version of the email that you can do. So that's what I use of the email and phone fields when you're using it in a the fields like email and phone. And you have some default validations when you use a phone email fields. And you see here the format of phone is changed to the brackets and then dash. So how you usually like it's usually in the US you have this kind of a formatting a phone number, so it will automatically test for you. Okay, and anything else here you want to hear? Okay, let's see what other fields we have to cover tomorrow, and I give 5 minutes if you have any questions. So tomorrow we're going to cover auto number and the pick list and multi-select pick list values. And okay, this one also we have text encrypted. We'll see the data, how it stores and what it is. So we have already covered URL, time, text area rich, long, text area, text, phone, percentage, number, geolocation, email, date, time, date, currency, and checkbox. So these are all like most of them are very simple fields, and most of the configurations directly on the when you create the mostly it is on based on the length or what else we have there, what are the permissions if it's a required, if it's an external ID, if it is a unique field, then what is the case sensitive or insensitive. These are mostly the settings what you have see most, or if it's checkbox, what is the default value, if it's checkbox checked or unchecked, if it's a currency or number, what are the decimal places, what are the numerical places, and the email and formatting, your location, decimal places, or degrees, how you want to store. Number currency is maximum of 18 digits you can store, and backend it will store as a decimal, and the time, date and times in the backend it will store in the GMT format, and it will convert to the based on users time zone and display in the UI. Okay, so tomorrow mostly we're going to cover pick list, multi pick list. There's something called a dependent pick list, how to have. So here I will show dependent pick list in auto numbers, and then we can start with the formula if it's a time permits. So you see there's a field dependencies feature. This field dependency feature, just I'll explain tomorrow what is field dependency and set history tracking. This will also will explain tomorrow. There's two features in this field section, and in the new fields, we will create will cover auto number and pick list and multi-cell pick list. And day after tomorrow we'll start the relations. Relations is most important topic, so don't miss it. So please join on time. Yeah, here we go. If you have any questions, I'm stopping the recording for now here. If you have any questions,